We're going to wrap it up here with this final segment, folks, by going 3 rounds. Danny Bailey, what do we have for the first round?
The Nevada State Athletic Commission is reportedly holding a 10-8 training session for all licensed judges in light of Saturday's controversy. What are your thoughts?
Long overdue. Why did it take that outcome, that level of controversy, the thoughts of people starting to question the integrity of what's going on? Why did it have to get that far for you to finally, reportedly per Ariel Helwani, have this seminar, this training seminar? But at the same time, I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm happy that it's going on because there is zero consistency with how these 10-8s are being thrown out there. You can't even have a consistent explanation amongst the panel of broadcasters when you're having this. You know, you have one say, well, okay, well, you can maybe make a case here. Well, no, you can't really. And it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But there's no clear lines as to what makes this a 10-8. And again, with judging as a whole, I know that there's going to be a certain level of interpretation of what's going on, but we've got to have some sort of consistent rubric so that we're able to know what consists of that 10-8. And then also at the same time, man, I would just love to see some sort of public level of accountability from the commissions as well as these officials and judges. We spoke about it before, and I'll say it again. The fact that you're going to put the fighters out there to face the media. Coaches aren't immediately put out there for press conferences, but there's a lot of coaches out there who make themselves available for media. You know, your Eugene Berrimans, Eric Nixick's, Mark Montoya's, you know, Saif Sayoud's, a lot of coaches out there, Ray Longo's. They will make themselves available for the media, for those who are willing to approach them for question, for any sort of analysis or thoughts. But you never have the state athletic commission officials being questioned. You never have the judges or the referees being questioned. You know, I would love to have somebody be able to ask Chris Taglioni, what did you see in that moment? Like, we should be able to know, especially now you're a publicly traded company. Is there a certain level of responsibility to the public for transparency within the regulation of the sport? I think it's a valid question, but it's one of those, again, who am I? What do I know? But I do know that you're going to continue to tarnish the integrity, the reputation, and the potential growth of the sport when you have a fight that has all of those circumstances, like the other night, where Valentina hit the nail on the head, and it's what rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, calling it out that she lost a controversial decision that ends up in a draw against the sitting Mexican champion on the inaugural Mexican Independence Day event. Again, I mean, it may have absolutely nothing to do with it, but it also may have everything to do with it. We just need to have some more transparency in the process, and we need to get better.
UFC veteran Ovince St. Preux gets 6-month USADA suspension for a second violation. Do you have a reaction here?
You know, Danny, this headline could be a little bit misleading. It was legitimately a tainted substance situation here for our friend of the program in OSP. You know, the date is retroactive to June, so he can return to contest in December. But honestly, it's probably time for him to consider retirement. You know, OSP, obviously, him being a former D1 football player at Tennessee, he's a big, muscled-up dude. He carries a lot of mass, and him being a guy who's fought in the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions. Yeah, he works out. It's fair to say that along with his workout regimen, he's taken some vitamins, he's taken some supplements, but that's why it's important for all of these guys to hold on to those things that you're using in case there is one of these things, because they're able to then go track it down that yes, that metabolite of andro that wasn't listed on the label of the product that he was taking was found within the sample that they were able to collect, and it was considered a legitimate tainted situation. That's why he only got the 6-month USADA vacation versus a 2-year banger. But again, I don't know. I think that the best days are fair to say they've gone by the wayside for OSP, and that last fight that he had, where he unfortunately got finished within the first minute of that fight, just couldn't really get going and couldn't pull the trigger. That's kind of one of those telltale signs of an aged fighter, and especially in those divisions, fighting against guys who have that type of power. Him being who he is, a former title challenger, and having name value, he's only going to be placed up against killers and rising prospects from this point, because they're going to be trying to build a name off of him. So might be time to consider that next chapter.
Bellator has a big card this weekend with a title fight in the main event and one of their biggest stars in the co-main event. With little to no event promotion and the rumor mill swirling, has Bellator mailed it in?
Bellator still exists? Oh, wait, no, I'm just joking. All my friends at Bellator, I'm just joking. But as a whole, I do think it's kind of crazy that you have a title fight this weekend between Fabian Edwards challenging Johnny Eblen in that middleweight division. You know, a couple of the rising stars. You could build the name of Fabian off of his brother being a UFC champion. There's no mention of any of that really in the mass MMA marketing and the media out there. There's also Aaron Pico fighting in that co-main event. Mads Burnell is on the card. You have some of the stalwarts of the Bellator roster fighting on this card, and there is next to no buzz or no promotion from it. And you know, it does offer a little bit more credence to the rumors and the statement that was put out there a couple of days ago, that rather than Bellator merging with PFL at the end of the year, that Bellator is potentially going to outright fold. And I believe that was per the Todd Atkins show, I want to say. But yeah, I don't know. It's another missed marketing opportunity for Bellator, but that's kind of par for the course over there. Just like that, though, folks, we are all out of time. We want to thank you all so much for your support and for tuning in. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe if you are watching along on these online channels. We want to give a thank you to Danny Bailey behind the glass. We want to give a thank you to everyone here at the Mile High Sports Network crew. We also want to thank the folks with the Fan Cave, as well as Jacoby Big Toe Jones, who will be fighting tonight on Dana White's Contender Series. For my co-host, the Big Yins, Josh Fremd, to myself, Jordan Kurtz, you can give me a follow at Comments from the Peanut Gallery. This is the MMA Plug, presented to you by the Fan Cave on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That helps us continue to produce this original MMA content and bring it for you every single week. Tune in to the MMA Plug presented by Fan Cave on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio.